Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris Orme, and today we're playing some more Franchise Hockey Manager 6. We're deep in the Stanley Cup playoffs. This is the tree, this is our pathway. Your Montreal Canadiens in year 2. We simulated year 1, of course. Colorado won it. We beat Ottawa in 7. Should not have taken that long. We beat Toronto in 5. Should have taken much more time than that. I was expecting this in 5, this in 7. Actually, I was expecting us to lose this in 6, let's be perfectly honest. Toronto are amazing, and Austin Matthews had, like, a phenomenal season. There's no other way to describe it. He was in God tier this year. So to beat them in 5 is very surprising. That brings us up against Ovi and the Caps. They've gone through Philly. They've gone through Tampa Bay, who put out Pittsburgh. And now it's up against them that we must go. On the other side of the bracket, defending champions Colorado face off against the Edmonton Oilers, making it to the conference finals, which is a rarity at times. They went through the brand new Seattle Emeralds in 5. They pushed past the very good defensive Nashville Predators in 6. Whoops, something just fell. Gotta love these live recordings. I don't edit. I pause recordings, I do some stuff, and then I unpause it. I don't edit, so that's staying in. Congratulations. Colorado in 6 over the Blackhawks was sneakily good. Then, that at the time, like, in real life, the defending champion Seattle Blues, in 6, they went through Winnipeg, and now facing off McKinnon versus McDavid, Montreal, Washington. So let's have a quick look at the teams here. I want to break down each roster quite quickly. We had a look. It looks to me, I don't know how. Maybe it was winning year 1. I don't know. Maybe it's playing time. But for some reason, Sam Girard has gained a star. I think Byram is a 5-star player, so that's fine. But, like, Girard has gained a star. He's normally, like, 4, I think. Maybe he's a 4.5. I can't quite remember. But he's up to 5 here. 3.5 for Grubauer. Landeskog, I think, was 5. So he's dipped back down. Okay. Jost floats between 4 and 4.5. So he's on the high side. Newhook, I think, is normally a 5. So he's dropped down. Yeah, last time we looked, they were more powerful. But, yeah, Rantanen's up to a 5 after a year. Where's Kaut? Kaut's a 5. So that's the big one. I think he's normally a 3.5. So, apparently we're fully scouted on him, but I don't know. What it does mean is they are very, very dangerous. They've got that solid, just like real life, that very solid defensive core. Cale Makar, Sam Girard, Bowen Byram. That is great. Not only that, but Connor Timmins to come up. Players like Zadorov, who's a good role player, depth player. People as well in the system that can come up and make a case for game time, as well as Eric Johnson. The Condor is still there. Very solid young defensive core apart from Johnson that I really, really like. So we're seeing that in this game. That's going to be tough. Grubauer and Francouz, solid. I think Francouz is much better than 2.5 star in real life. I think he's a 3 to 3.5 star goalie. He's not far behind Grubauer. If you've watched him in real life, if you've seen their stats over the last year, you know the Francouz is for real. And for the first time in ages, Colorado's got depth at goaltender. So they're quite well built on the back end. Then you got your top line. Landy, McKinnon, Rantanen, like one of, if not the best first lines in the league. Now, Edmonton have got Draisaitl. If they put Draisaitl and McDavid together, that automatically also challenges. It all depends who you put on the third spot there, really. Boston's the other one, of course. They've got their big top line. Normally comes between those two, but I think Edmonton can have a shout there as well for the third best. Other teams can argue, but really, there's 2 I think are clear, and then Edmonton's kind of clear in the third, just because of the way Draisaitl's kicked on this season and really stepped up into that top player role. So they've got 2 of those. Colorado's got 2, and their captain, Landeskog, who is vastly underrated, in my opinion. If you're not an Avalanche fan, you probably won't rate Landeskog anywhere near as much as you probably should. There are some downsides to him, but yeah, he's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. The contracts as well are absolutely phenomenal. So there is that. The depth, Kadri, great second-line center. We've got players like Burakovsky and Newhook coming through who are really solid players there. They've got Kaut who's coming through. They've got rid of Nikushkin and a couple other players that I think were really good, cheap depth. They also got rid of Bellemare, who I really don't think they should have. Tyson Jost might develop. So, great first line and a young core behind it. So that's a very, very dangerous team. If they draft well, that ends up being a perennial contender, and that's really dangerous. On to Edmonton, Jacob Markstrom. Again, I think that's slightly harsh 3-star. I think he's more 3.5 to 4. I really, really like him. Subban's a great backup. And again, kind of similar. Not as good, but some young pieces on defense. Bouchard looks really, really good. Clefbaum and Nurse are quite good as well. So you've kind of got one side of the defense set up. Adam Larsson, I think 2.5 is... I mean, that's harsh. 3 to 3.5 for Adam Larsson, in my opinion. So again, a decent defensive core. Goaltender with depth. And then that first line. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. After that, it kind of falls off. You got, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who's very, very good. You got McLeod coming through. You don't really have much else. Double A's there, Daddy's there, but apart from that, Zach Kassian, okay. But they're kind of second to third liners. They don't really fill out that top line. So if they can get someone in a draft really good on that right wing or in free agency, then I think they join Boston and Colorado's top line sort of producers. But yeah, overall, some really good young players. They're only going to get better. And yeah, they got depth on the back end. So that kind of makes them dangerous. I'd say they're Colorado light. That's why I'm going Colorado on that side. And then one last run. You can look at this roster, but it boils down to big, bad Alex the Great. Ovi himself, Alex Ovechkin. Just powerhouse, goal machine. The team lives and dies with him up front. That's about it. Kuznetsov, Nicholas Backstrom, pretty good. Jacob Vrana, Oshie. I mean, that's not really... They're not top players. They're not top-line players. Kuzi's okay, but I'd prefer him as a second-line center. You got McMichael coming through who could fill out that first line. Vrana will come in eventually to replace Ovechkin. They're a little light, I think, on top-line players for the future. But that's because they've sacrificed to win. Now, you got a player like Ovi, you've got to do that. On the back end, it's fairly similar. It's, John Carlson, and then... they're in win-now mode. So they're very solid as a team. They've got one great defenseman, one of the best players in the league over the last decade, fairly dominant in terms of goal scoring in Ovi. And then you've got it, contrasting that, they've switched to Samsonov, who's a good goalie who's going to get much better. So they've already made the change there. They got McMichael to come through here. Vrana's still got time to develop. You can see how they're going to rebuild after, but for right now, they're loaded in. They've even brought in Zach Parise, who's not great right now, not playing well, but he's been a good player for them. So, yeah, we'll see how they rebuild afterwards. But right now, good goalie, good defenseman, and even their role player defensemen, they seem to be in decent form. They've got 5 there, posting 65 or above. So they're solid at the back end and up front. Kuzi's playing well, Ovi's playing well. That's all you need. Everybody else passes them the puck, and that's it. Job done. So they are going to be fairly difficult from that point of view. We look at our team. Best goalie in the league, doesn't always play like it. A little bit annoying, but so be it. John Gibson. For me, John Gibson right now is the best goalie in the league on this game. Not in real life, but on this game. I'm not sure who I'd put up there. There's a few good goalies around the league. I think earlier this season, there could have been a case of someone like Antti Ranta. There could have been, Darcy Kemper. There's so many good ones. But on this game, I think John Gibson's definitely up there. Connor Hellebuck's up there. So those are kind of the goalies I gravitate to. We got one of them. On the back end, we got Dougie Hamilton, and then we've got a young core that's going to get better. But they're not weak either. And again, we've got four defenders who look like they're decent players. Decent defensive ratings. We jump up then. We got Johnny Gaudreau coming off the back of a very, very decent season. 93 points for Johnny Hockey, 34 goals, coming off 35 last year. He's a consistent producer on offense. He's surprisingly decent on defense because I don't think he's got a defensive game at all. The physicality probably helps out there, though, a 17. So I think that helps. And then we kind of, on the wings, elsewhere, Elias Lindholm, I want him to play center. Head coach overruled me. That's fine. Nick Suzuki, I wanted to play right wing instead of Lindholm. I got overruled. That's fine. But Thomas Hertl, I think, was a great pickup for us. So that brand new line with Dougie at the back, we're starting to come in. So a very good first line, very good second line, very good third line. We don't drop off as we go through our depth. And the young players we've got, they're all going to improve. Like, even Olofsson, 3-star potential. He's one of our backup forwards at 1.5 star. The other one's Cole Caulfield, who will be a superstar one day. On the back end, our 7th D at this point is Philip Broberg, who we traded at the deadline for. 3.5 star there. So overall, I think we've got the best team. I think we've got the best roster. I think Colorado's got the best first line. I think Edmonton's got the best player. And Washington are just still dangerous. So I'm not taking anything for granted. That being said, this is the conference final. Let's get to the game. I also went through and I clicked the buttons. If I go leave game, where was it? In lines. Only just figured this out. Yeah, create lines from lineup. I had to go in and set the lineups here because they weren't set up properly, which is why we had Clayton Keller on the 4th line. So I did that, and then I built these lines from the lineups, and that's what's got us Clayton Keller on the 2nd line. I thought that was important. Now this looks like the team that I wanted to build, except I wanted Elias Lindholm on the 1st line, Hertl as my 2nd line center, and Suzuki as my 1st line right winger to develop him. That was my idea. The head coach is going a slightly different way. But Johnny Gaudreau, Thomas Hertl, Elias Lindholm, Clayton Clutch Keller, Nick Suzuki, and Brendan the Beast Gallagher. Max Domi, Kotkaniemi, I mean, he'll be a beast. Jonathan Drouin on his outside. That has potential to be a filthy 3rd line. Smirnoff, Larson, Lehkonen, I mean, a bit of aggression, a bit of counter-attack, a bit of a chance there. Not a bad line at all. Mete with Hamilton, Chychrun, and Dobson. That's a very good young line to build chemistry for. And then Edmondson Plech is meh, but it's a bottom pairing. I'm okay with that. So that's kind of what we did there. That's where I went, in case you're looking for it yourselves or figuring out how now we got Clayton Keller on that. That's how. So yeah, a few people are unhappy with the team, actually. Keller wants more ice time. He's finally on the 2nd line. Hopefully it solves that. Larson, you're only here for this year. I don't really care about that. Drouin's probably going to get traded to bring through Cole Caulfield. And Lehkonen is easily replaceable, in my opinion. So the unhappy people, that's fine. Chychrun's absolutely delighted. Absolutely delighted. Being a 2nd pair defenseman. But yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. So, into the game. Also fixed the pictures, if you didn't see that last time. We finally fixed those. It was just random that it allowed me to do it. But yeah, Gibson versus Samsonov. Edge to Gibson right now. But I think overall Samsonov will be the best goalie in the league. Or right up there. So there's not really much difference between them. And good goalies don't normally play well as often as they should. That's been my experience. Let me know if you've had different experience. Les Lindholm versus Alex Ovechkin. I mean, yeah, Ovi definitely wins that. I'm a big fan of Lindholm, but yeah. So on the face of it, they're the better team. Even though player for player, I think we're the better team. They've got a couple of better players, one better defenseman, one better attacker. Everything else is us. So let's see how it goes. Watch that. All goals. Yeah, we're watching all goals. No point to drag this out. We're already deep in without even getting to the game itself. So what we've seen is our first line doesn't produce as much as it should at times. And I really want to get that going. Defensively, at times, we've been probably better than I think we should be. Goaltenders have, though, been worse, in my opinion. And that kind of balances each other out. A better defense, but a worse goalie. I don't think it's affected the games too much. But we do tend to come up against hot goalies that have a good defense in front of them. And I found that our attack really hasn't been able to break through. We don't have that superstar. So let's see. Vrana, Backstrom, Clayton Keller, Noah Dobson. Oh, Vrana. Come on, boys. There we go. Noah Dobson. Suzuki. Clayton Keller with a goal up on the second line. Let's go, boys. Brendan Gallagher, our captain, over to Nick Suzuki on that second line. He feeds the other winger. Dobson did well to bring it out. But boom. 1-0. First shot of the game. Samsonov having a stinker early on. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Halfway through the third period, we take the goal lead. Let's go. We need that. Now, we've been guilty of giving up the lead before the end of periods when we take it. So hopefully there's nothing from them in this 6-minute period. Come on, Druin. Kokoniemi to Domi. Max Domi. Come on, pick up the puck. No, don't let them have it. Let's get the puck back and let's get it on net for us again. Ovi loses control. Orlov gets it though to Kuz. Ovi. Johansson. Larson blocks it. It's out to play. Come on, get the puck. Get it out. Back to the face-off circle. They keep winning it. TJ Oshie. Oh, Backstrom to Johansson. TJ gets that deflection in front of net. Yeah. Yeah. So, 9 minutes 30, 13 minutes 22, 4 minutes. We held on to that lead for 4 minutes. That's been our problem. When we do have offense, we instantly give it back. A momentum shifts on us that quickly. I still think we need one or two really good players up front that we don't have. We're solid on the back end, but we're not good enough to shut teams down. Carl Hagelin, I will take that. Let's go. 2-minute power play. Are we going to get shots on target? Are we going to do something with this? We got Johnny Gaudreau. We got Hurtle. We got Gallagher. We got Suzuki, Kokoniemi. I mean, we're getting shots. We are getting shots. We're kind of dominating the end of the period. We didn't take advantage of the power play. We gave up a goal just 4 minutes after taking the lead. So, not happy with that. We do take over the lead in terms of shots. Right now, you can see the only player above 60 for us is Keller. There's a couple of 60s on offense. There's Dougie Hamilton above 60 on defense. Keller as well now on 61. So really, we're not playing that well. If we look here, Backstrom, he's playing okay overall. Again, nobody playing really good. All of defensively, as well as their first line pairing, or second line pairing, I guess there. Chychrun on a holding penalty. That sucks for us. Dillon and Jensen, decent defensively. But none of us are playing well. 2 bad goalies, a bunch of bad defensive players, and, a 65 and a 62 for Backstrom and Oshie. Where we've got, a 60 on defense and a 63, and then we've got 61, 60, and 67 on our second line offense. That's it. Our best player is our goal scorer, Keller. So it looks like we got two really bad teams to begin with. We do go on the penalty kill. We've got to shut this down. They start on 15 shots. They've got one in the first minute. One shot on the entire power play. I'm happy with that work the boys put in. I mean, they've got, they've got some good players for that power play. Okay, nice time to score a goal now, boys. Let's start stepping up. Get that puck. Get some big hits in. And get some shots on net. Let's take the lead and carry it through to the end of the period. Who's going to be the big guy to come through? Dougie, what you doing? What you doing? Come on. Oh, we're going to have to go back on the penalty kill. We did well last time. They are on 18. Joel Edmondson, really? Two defenders, a hooking and a slashing at the end of the second. I don't like that. They've had one shot, two shots. 2 shots, 5-on-3. 3 shots and we shut them down. Okay. Defensively, I think we're starting to pick up a little bit, but I'm worried. I'm worried with Ovi there. Like, it only takes one chance, one moment of brilliance, and this is done. We need to get our offense going. Clayton Keller, 67. Thomas Hurtle, 61. Suzuki, 62. Gallagher, 61. I need those higher. Johnny Gaudreau, only a 60. Oh, come on, boys. That top line's got to get involved. The second line's got a goal. They're playing okay. That second line is outperforming that top line. I need them to get going. I need Jonathan Drouin to get going. That depth goal scorer. I need defense to step up and make sure Ovi and his compatriots cannot get the job done. 15 to go in game 1. Tied at 1 apiece. We are being badly outshot. We are slowly starting to chip away at that shot lead. But we can't give up any more penalties. We've got to get a power play. We can't give up any more penalties. Approaching the halfway point of the third period. And it's a highlight. Oh, Kuzi comes away with it. Ovechkin. And there it is, boys. I told you. We all knew it, but... Yeah. Alexander Ovechkin. Now it's an uphill battle. They're at home. They've got the lead. And Keller gets a penalty. And that, for me, is it done. We're not going to get a shorty. That's 2 minutes wasted. That's 2 minutes they can rest. That's 2 minutes we're not building momentum. This is just a bad game today. This has just been a bad game. We need a goal and we need it quick. 4 minutes to take this to overtime. Who's going to step up? Is anybody looking like they're stepping up here? Nobody's on a 70 game at all. Nobody looks like they give a damn. We do get a power play. Colby Kiv gives us a chance. A holding penalty. 2 minutes from time. We are going to finish with a man advantage. Maybe we pull the goalie. Maybe we get a 2-man advantage. But we need to see this. We need to see this happen. If we don't convert here, we've got problems in the team. Where are we going? What are we doing? Come on, boys. No shots. Nothing. Oh, why do they get the highlight? Why do they get the highlight? On the empty net, John Carlson from Tom Wilson. 22 seconds left. We're done. We're done. We're done. Game 1 is done. Why is Victor Mete... Okay, his portrait wasn't showing up on the other screen. We were back to that quarter picture. Seems like we're okay. Seems like we're okay there. But yeah, we didn't play well. Like, halfway through the first, we take the lead. That's great. But we don't hold on to it. And then that second period, we just give them all the power play time. Like, that is terrible discipline. And then in the third, Ovi steps up, the empty net that we can't do much about. But we look at our team here, like, one good defensive player, 0 good attacking players. Thomas Hurtl's top with a nice 69. Keller's our best player with a goal. 68 offense, 65 overall. Mete's a 67, Dobson 65. Like, you look at their team. Defense showed up, Ovi showed up, Kuzi showed up. Overall, they got 4 players 69 or above. A highest is a 67. Like, they got their 6th best player played as best, the same as our best player. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Gibson played okay for being that badly outshot. I don't think we really tested Samsonov. I really don't think we did. That is a terrible first game. 22 to 36 in terms of shots. Double their penalty minutes. 6 less hits. We gave away the puck the same amount, but they doubled our takeaways. Like, there's no way we were going to win that. There's no way we're going to win this series if we play that badly. Colorado 6-3 in the first. That's a big win for them. That right there is a big win. Yeah, I'm not going to watch every game. We watched the first one to see kind of how it goes. We watched the first one. Simulate the second. Oh, again, I don't like this matchup for us. I really don't like this matchup. But 6-5 overtime loss. I mean, we're getting closer. We're getting closer there. Max Domi, Thomas Hurtl, but again, we don't get out of the period in the lead. Backstrom and Kuzi. Then it goes nuts. Gallagher, Hamilton, Cave, Ovechkin, Thomas Hurtl. We score late enough that we do get out of that second period with the lead. TJ, though, the only goal of the third, and in overtime. Who else? Alexander the Great. Game winner in 1, game winner in 2. A couple of defensive-minded forwards, Lindholm and Johnny Gaudreau. If Johnny Gaudreau's your best defensive player, yeah, that about says it all. That about says it all. 2 players over 70. Hurtl and Gaudreau at 70 and 71. They just, much better. Much better than us. Much better than us. Goalies played terribly. They give up 11 goals between them. That's no surprise. We did outshoot them. Only power play time went their way. Did they convert? They did. That was Ovi's goal in the second. Oh, if we get 2 goals, a 2-goal lead at the end of that second, maybe we have a shot. But who was it? Dougie Hamilton. Oh my God, Dougie. Oh no, you're the one with experience. You shouldn't be doing that. Oh, yeah, we're badly out hit. Giveaways are terrible. Like, we got the same takeaways, but now we double the giveaways. So they're winning the giveaway takeaway battle immensely. We won the face-off battle. It did not matter. But Hurtl played well. Or Hurtl didn't play poorly, which is kind of the same thing when the team plays as bad as that. Okay, next game. 2 down in the series. Colorado 2-0 up there. Absolutely walking through Edmonton. We haven't solved Ovechkin. Colorado, they may have solved McDavid right now. Okay. Simulate the game. 6-1 win. Let's go, boys. Finally. Oh, my God. Smirnoff and Cave, we didn't get out the period with the lead. We've had a problem with that. But Thomas Hurtl, Adam, really? Really? That's depth goal scoring for you, though. 4th liner, Smirnoff. Palek is a bottom pair defenseman. Look at the penalties. That's terrible. Johnny Gaudreau steps up. Chychrun steps up. Johnny Gaudreau, unsportsmanlike. Oh, he's got to behave himself. He's got to behave himself. They played okay. They didn't play as good as they have in places, but they played okay. We played much better defensively. and we had some offensive games as well. So, yeah, happy with that. John Gibson played well. Sammy did not for them. Similar shots, similar penalty, but that's terrible, though. In an undisciplined game, we might be able to thrive, but only if they're undisciplined as well. They're out hitting us. We don't have big hitters in this roster at all. They gave away the puck. We actually won that turnover battle there. Did we? Yes. Yeah, they're -2, we're -1. They're -2. Oh, my days. Okay. Game 4 of the series. Game 4 to tie it up. Look at that. When we watch the games, it goes poorly. When we simulate, we get back-to-back 6-1 wins. Are you kidding me? Adam Pelech again with a third goal for him. Vrana equalizes. Then Thomas Hurtle and Johnny Gaudreau on the power play. Nick Suzuki, Johnny Gaudreau with another. And then Victor himself to finish off. Not bad. They didn't defend well. They didn't attack that well. Ovi didn't have a good game at all. Defensively, we were really, really solid, and we're slowly starting to come up. So, yeah. Things are working when I'm simulating the games. When I'm watching the games, it unfolds totally differently. I wonder if it is taking my stats into account for watching the games. If so, that sucks. But it just means that I'm going to take all the coaching stats out and put them all into tactics and in-game tactics to see if that is the case. But yeah, we outshot them quite a lot. We gave a power play again. They had the advantage. They had hit advantage. I mean, they're -1, we're -4 on the giveaway takeaway battle. But we find a way to get the job done. I don't really know how, but they get the job done. On the other side of things, Colorado are just having a whale of a time. They sweep Edmonton 4-0. Looks like Kadri's got a bit of a knock. Game today, lacerated finger. Sore ankle for Girard. He's day-to-day. And Kempney is out for 1 to 2 weeks, so he is done. He is done. But a 6-3 here. Draisaitl and then Jost picks up the equalizer. A double for Big Mikko the Moose. Sam Girard with the 4th goal. McDavid pulls one back. Pontus Aberg with a big one there. And then Kufner. And then Kempney in the 3rd, short-handed. Wow, okay. Yeah. I mean, where's McKinnon? Don't tell me McKinnon's been out injured. Don't tell me they did all this without McKinnon. They did it without McKinnon. Nick Henry's playing instead. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. Philip Gruber, 69. Subban played well enough off the bench, but that wasn't great for them. Then Mikko on the power play. Ethan Bear gets the equalizer. Draisaitl takes the lead, but again, Tyson Jost chipping in and Kempney giving them the lead. And then McKinnon right at the end. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's been fully fit. So he missed game 1, but he came back. They actually played well, both teams defensively. McDavid had a really good game in that one. But it comes down against goaltending. Grubauer's not quite as bad in that one. And then another 4-2, Draisaitl. Again, Edmonton take the lead, but Kamenev, Nate McKinnon on that power play. McDavid on the power play in 2. And then Mikko with a double. A quick-fire double as well. 81 seconds between those 2 goals. He gets it done in the 3rd. Darnell Nurse did his bit. Draisaitl, McDavid, Ethan Bear. They played okay, but Colorado just had more players playing okay. And a slightly better goaltender. That's game 3. And then the whitewash. The shutout. The shutdown. The clean sweep. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with a double in 29 seconds in the first. Like, you can't ask for a better start. They've started so well every single game. But they don't. Colorado haven't let them get out the period with the lead. Cale Makar, Gabe Landeskog, Darnell Nurse with a late one back there again. Oh, that was the second period, not even the first period. And Darnell Nurse tries to pull that one back and just, yeah. Goes to overtime. Tyson Jost. He's having a good season. Yeah, Colorado showed up there defensively. Both teams played fairly well, but again, Colorado just played a little bit better. And Tyson Jost is the star man there. Grubar plays better than Subban. And that's just been the case. It's been the case that Grubar's got the job done. He hasn't played that badly. He's had a couple of iffy games, but yeah. They run over St. Louis Blues without much issue. Then they've just swept Edmonton. Like, are they going to repeat? They might. On our side of things, it's 2 6-1 victories back-to-back, ties it at 2 apiece. Whoever wins this one, though, moves up and within a game of winning the series. Game 5. Can we get the job done? Okay, I'll check all the scouting reports later. Right now, not important. Game 5 goes to Washington. They've had 2 bad games back-to-back. It's only realistic to expect them not to do that again. Ovi with a goal in the first, the assist in the second, and then the other assist in the third with Alexeyev also. That goal and assist for Alexeyev on Tom Wilson. Thomas Hertl gets his 11th of the series, which is really good. Well, not the series, of the playoffs, which is really good. 16 assists for Johnny Gaudreau's really good. They didn't play well. Our defense didn't play well. Our attack didn't really play well. They shut down on defense. And Alexeyev was an offensive defenseman. Ovi played really well. Kuz played well. Just across the board better. And their goalie had a really good game. We had an average out of ours. Yeah. Not what we wanted to see there, boys. Not what we wanted to see. Okay, possible elimination game. There it is. Conference finals, but no further. The Ovi Express runs right through us. Alexander the Great and a great defense actually steps up and shuts us down. We lack that star power. We lack that grit to the team as well. We're done in 6. After getting butchered in the first 2, I think we came back quite well. I think we did well to come back in those next 2, but then we just couldn't keep that going. Ovi starts them off. Alexeyev again involved Tom Wilson. They ran game 5 against us. They're back to open up game 6. Couldn't take advantage of these power plays, man. We just couldn't take advantage. The game misconduct for Brendan Dillon. We're not doing anything with it. That's what hurts. We've got the opportunities. We've got the players. It's just not coming together. It's not coming together. So we need to relook at our team and figure out where the holes are, where the young players will fill those in, but where else we might need to make some changes. And then it's staff. Maybe a new head coach is required. I don't know. I don't know. 2-0 with TJ Oshie from Vrana and Cave. Brendan Gallagher, the captain, gets us started there with a goal. But Backstrom gets his goal. Solo could be a breakaway. Probably a giveaway at some point there. Kotkaniemi, we haven't seen much of him. Max Domi, haven't seen enough of him. And Jonathan Drouin, he's been really poor. And then we're pushing empty netter, Kuzi with a goal. But again, penalty minutes. We give up 1. First period, Chychrun tripping. They give up so many penalties there. 3 penalties that we could not take advantage of. If we score on this power play in the third, they might not get that goal. That's 2 apiece. They might not get that goal late on. And that means if we do go on to score with Drouin, we're actually taking the lead. And then we're not empty-handed. That could be a game changer. And I think we're getting opportunities. We need to be better on the penalty kill. We need to be not giving up penalties in the first place. And we need to be taking advantage of the power play. I thought with players like Johnny Gaudreau, Clayton Keller, Hurtle, Kotkaniemi, Lindholm, Suzuki, Gallagher, Drouin, I thought we'd be good on the power play. But really, in the playoffs, we've been absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Also hitting, we need some grit in this team. We just don't have it. They're winning the takeaway battle. And there's not that much difference between these two teams. There's not that much difference. They've got a slightly worse goalie, slightly better defenseman, and one star up front when we've got a bunch of really good players. Five of our top six would be on their top six. Our third line would be second liners at worst for them. But they've got Ovi, and they're going into the Stanley Cup Finals. They're going into the Stanley Cup Finals, guys. Colorado, a chance to repeat. Is this Ovi's final chance? We're going to figure it out. So, yeah. 6 games to overcome the Blackhawks. 6 to overcome St. Louis Blues. They stomped Edmonton in the conference finals. I've never seen Edmonton get to a Stanley Cup. I've never seen them get there. I don't know why. Probably because they're very top-heavy with McDavid and Draisaitl, and they don't have a lot else beside that. They'll get you so far, but then you come against a really good team, and they don't really get to the Stanley Cup Finals. Washington took 5 to get past Philly, 6 to get past Tampa Bay. Should have taken 4 past us, but they gave up those third and fourth games, ended up being a 6-game series. I don't feel too bad about that. I think, that's at least now respectable where it was looking really bad early. Ovi versus McDavid would have been a lovely story. But Ovi versus McKinnon isn't that far behind for me. Okay. Again, Colorado's built really well. I think they match up to us really well in terms of teams we'd like to play against and the style we like to play and are effective against. But also they're built similarly to us in that it's a good first line with good depth beyond that. Washington have already beaten a team like that. But Colorado do have stars. We didn't. And I think that's going to be maybe the difference maker. Do Colorado repeat? Does Ovi get another title? Hit that comment section down below to see if you are right. Let me know. It's 7-3 in the first. It's a huge win there in the first. Okay. First blood, Washington. Only counts as 1 though. And there we go. It's a tight game, but Colorado pulls it back. It's 1 apiece. Who's going to pick up game number 3? As Colorado look to defend their championship. Ovi looks for 1 more before he's out the door, but it's a big win there for Colorado. Tied now 2 apiece, a tight win. So we had a big win and then a tight response. It's 2 apiece. It is 2 apiece. This is a great series. This is an absolutely great series. Washington with a big win. Does that mean Colorado come in with a tight win to take the lead? And then if it carries on in the way it has been, that means Colorado big win game 7 to take the series. Is that what's coming? We hit the end of the month. We have hit the end of the month. It's going to be a little while to get there. This is such a good series. I wish we'd had this series back and forth with Washington. But to be fair, they stomped us for 2. We stomped them for 2. And then they just outplayed us for the final 2 as well. I think that's it. I think that might be it. Did Washington just win it? We got news items. Did Washington just win it? No. Did the game not simulate yet? Okay. Interesting. Draft, yeah. Okay. That's fine. Complete my ballot. Who do I want to go into the Hall of Fame? Patrick Elias, 100%. Big fan of his. Who else did I really like? Rob Brindamore, Vinnie Danfus, Alfredson, Gonchar, Schneider, Fleury, Taylor, Suter, Hamlick, Whitney. Some of the old guys, they're pretty impressive, but I don't know them as well. In fact, I'm probably going to go Daniel Alfredson, to be honest with you. I really, really like him as well. There's so many good players to put in. But yeah, I think those are my four. Elias to be the main guy, but then Vinny, Rod, and Daniel Alfredson, I think, are very solid choices there for the Hall of Fame. My kind of era of hockey, when I started watching, those were some of the best guys, or some of the veterans as well in certain places, that I learned to respect really, really quickly. Tied 3 apiece, and it is a big win for Colorado. Okay, so it wasn't that narrow win to set up a big win. Who's going to take it? We're going Game 7. We are going Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Absolutely amazing. Let's look at the breakdowns of these. Let's look at the breakdowns of these quickly. It's going to be a long video, but I knew it would be. Okay, where's the... Okay. We got to go into the team schedule. I thought it would just come up if I selected the team on the league schedule, but obviously not. So the opening win, JT Brown, TJ Oshie, Cale Makar. Big Zads being bads. We don't like to see that as a Colorado fan. Tyson Jost again, though, ties it up. TJ, Rantanen, and then Alexander comes up big. Tanner Pearson with a double in the third, either side of Lucas Johansson. Samsonov played much better there in net. Game 1 went to Washington in a big way. Kaut, Yost out early with the goals. TJ ties it up in the second, and then in the third, Rance on a shorty to win it back. Okay. Big boy Rance, Sam Girard playing really well. Always nice to see the young defenders play well. And yeah, Franco steps in net for this one. Gets the win back. I really do like Pavel in net. Then that changed. We can still do it from here. That's fine. We can still do it here. Big opening period. Newhook, Zadorov, and Rantanen early in the first. 5 minutes in, 3 goals to the good. You know which way this was going. TD Oshie in the power play gives them a little bit of, fight back. But Rantanen ends that, gets the game winner. Makes sure. Not the game winner, but he makes sure. Who got the game winner? Rantanen, yeah. Okay, so he gets a hat trick by the end of the game. Backstrom there with one back. Goalies. Oh my God, Colorado just playing so well. Franco 99, Samsonov 48. Oh, that is crazy. Vrana with a quick fire double off Backstrom. Bakhamenev, Rantanen on the power play. Landy gets on the board. Then Kuzi, Ovechkin gives them the chance going into the third. And then it's just fighting early on. A holding penalty late on. Nothing to move the needle there in the third at all. Again, goalies. Franco played better than Samsonov. He did. He actually did. Panic opens up with Kempny coming back for Colorado. Kamenev gives them the go-ahead goal. Jacob Vrana, why does he keep firing doubles? When he scores, he tends to hit 2 back-to-back. That gives them the lead. Ovi, then Oshie. Big third period for them. Came in clutch. And this is where Pavel Franco has his bad game. Okay. And then that means in this final one, Oshie off the Nick Henry power play. Foligno and Rantanen comes back in 18 even strength. No, fantastic for Rantanen there. Kamenev, Rantanen hits number 19. Bowen Byram hits an empty net. His first goal in the playoffs. He finally wraps it up. But Jacob Vrana doesn't get a double, but he does get another one late on. And yeah, that's poor. That's a poor game all round, but Colorado had the edge. Rantanen firing them through, and Paulo Franco's back to his best. Back to his best. He simulates oh so good. Game 7 then. Game 7. Your Stanley Cup champions overthrowing the defending champions in 7 games. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. Tight game 2, and it's all in the second. It's all in the second. They give up a power play. It's not capitalized. That kind of sucks. But Lucas Johansson from Ovi and Kuz, Dmitry Orlov on the back end from Johansson, and Martin Hugo Haas. Nazim the Dream gets the goal back from Martin Kaut, but can't get it done. Calvert with a boarding call. Decent defense, decent play actually. Landy and Rantanen played well. Again though, there is no Nate McKinnon on like 3 of these games. 3 of these games, no Nate McKinnon. Would it have been different if he'd have been there? I think so. Brendan Dillon steps up. Kuzi steps up. Ovechkin plays okay. Pablo Franco played okay, but Samsonov with a big win. Yeah, I'm surprised there that Franco simulated so well. But yeah, not having McKinnon is tough. Yeah, not having McKinnon is tough. Like where's McKinnon? Like he's just gone. Oh, don't do this. Don't do this. Regenerate sim picture. No. Okay. So yeah, he's had a few injuries in the playoffs. He missed some time, and I think that might have cost them the chance to repeat. I think that might have cost them the chance there to repeat. But your playoff champions, your Stanley Cup winners, are your Washington Capitals. So we're beaten by the winners in 6. I really thought Colorado had that towards the end. That was a great series, though. But, yeah, the first time either of them were taking a 7. And apart from ourselves and Toronto in round 1, that's the only other game 7. So, quite emphatic wins along the way for a lot of teams. We struggled in the first against a bad team. Then we decimated a good team. We fell apart against an okay team with a couple of stars. And we never got to see us match up. I think we match up really well against Colorado. Except they've got a couple of star players where we don't. So we're aiming to build the same way they are. They won it last year. Washington win it back. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I can't say anything about that. That's 2-4 now for Washington. Like, LA won 2 in 3 years. So did Chicago. Pittsburgh won back-to-back. St. Louis Blues came in but got dumped out by Colorado in both years. When Colorado went on to win it and then made the finals. But Capitals 2 in 4 years. Seems to be a trend. If I had to put money on the next one, I'd say St. Louis or Colorado just because of the way it kind of teams are doubling up recently. One of those two maybe. But could we do it? Could it be us? We're still out in the lead with 24. We're looking for 25. We didn't play exactly as well as we could have. But we also don't have players up on this list. We don't have a player like Matthews or Tarasenko putting up 60 goals. We don't have Kuznetsov, who is just a machine feeding players like Ovechkin. We don't have those big players, and our goalies didn't play well either. New fictional, regenerate, same. No. So as it was fixed in the last one, it's now broken again. Don't ask me how. I have no idea. If you know, let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know what you thought of our team, where we can improve, what kind of players to go after. I think that's respectable, though. I think that's really respectable. I need to go look at the head coaching tendencies and see exactly how that came to be sort of put. With our regular season went really well. So why did it work there and fall apart in the playoffs? What are we missing, where we can improve, and how we can get that step further into the Stanley Cup playoffs? But overall, I'm really happy with the team. I don't think too much changing needs to be done here. Maybe Max Domi. Jonathan Drouin for sure. Like, Drouin and Gallagher, I don't think are playing up to their standards. We can easily get rid of those, get something back on a trade, maybe. Really improve there. Lehkonen we can improve on. Caulfield will improve over time. Smirnov we can improve on. Olofsson was absolutely terrible when called in, but he will get better. Let me know where you think we need to make some changes here. We're paying for production that we're not getting from some people. Jonathan Drouin, definitely. 100%. 100% Jonathan Drouin. And then Brendan Gallagher, our captain. So, let me know what you think. If we move those on, who are we going after? Where are we going to try and improve? What else do you think we can do? Also in the system, we do have Killer Primo. We've got Strubel. We've got Bulldog. We've got Romanov, Brook, and Martin. Very defensive players we can call up who have a good future. If we look at our unsigned draftees, this is also what we've got. Jesse Pool Party himself, Puliharvi, he is going to be a part of the team, probably replacing one of those two, Gallagher or Drouin. Probably a Drouin replacement there. Denisenko, Hirvonen, they look really good for the future. We've got Johansson we can pull up, and we've also got Yaskarov to come through in the future. So let me know what you're missing, what we think we need to do. We've got Gerard Gallant. This is what he looks like. Let me know what I should be looking for in preferences or these stats, where you think we went wrong, how you think we didn't match up. Maybe we're not physical enough. Maybe we're not strong enough mentally. This is the team. Pause, look at the stats, get back to me, let me know where you think we could be better. Strength for sure, I think we're kind of weak in places. But, let me know kind of what you think on that side of things. And there's our goalie stats. So hit me up, comment section below, like, comment, subscribe, you know the drill. We'll get back on this one soon to improve the team. Until then, y'all take care. Thank you very much. Come back soon for the draft, for free agency. The rebuild continues. We need to get one step further into that Stanley Cup finals and get number 25 back home where it belongs. Till then, y'all take care. I'll see you soon. And we'll see what we can do.